Hey, there we go. We got it to work.
we're not that old. We're not that old.
Yeah, we
technology.
We getting up there, but we can still work technology and shit, you know? I like that poster. That's a poster. Chilling, bro. You know, doing the family stuff all day, trying to make moves and, you know, contribute to the rollerblading community.
Yeah.
What's good with you, bro?
Man, same thing, man. You know, getting ready for crowderpower. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
I know you excited.
Yeah, really excited, man. Really excited.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'm pumped for you. I'm happy for you, bro. I see all the hard work you put in. I've seen all the hard work you put in. And, you know, it's great to see that shit pay off, man.
Bro, appreciate it.
You deserve it, bro. You definitely deserve it.
Appreciate it.
We've known each other, what, like going on 2.5 years now?
Maybe 3.
Something like that. COVID.
Yeah, like maybe 3. You came down here to the NC with the country folk.
Yeah, my busted Benz.
No, big old joints too, man. My homie E wears like a size Titanic, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Size 12, and that's my actual size.
Yeah.
Like I'm skating size 12 Mesmers, and like that they fit me. Everyone's complaining about foot problems and stuff. I have no problems for almost over a year now.
You be killing in them though, yo. You be doing your thing. So
I'm trying, bro. I want to do better. I want to do better.
Indeed.
Like, no more Mizu. No more Mizu gang.
No, I swear.
You know, we gotta have to step it up to sweaty kind grind gang. But my ankles and my knees don't like it.
I'm on this thing now where I'm like, bro, like my edits, I'll be like, bro, don't do no Mizus, bro, because like I'll do it up, bro. I love Mizu. So, yeah.
Sloth said Mesmer's his life. Yeah, bro. Shout out Billy O'Neill, John Bellino, and everyone at Mesmer.
Billy O'Neill.
I'm a throne guy. Like, support the homies.
Shout out to them for
sure,
man. Those dudes are so cool, and what they're doing with Mesmer is so dope. So dope.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. So what's up with you? What you working on? You working on anything special right now other than crowderpower? We know crowderpower.
Yeah, you know, I got some other stuff in the works. Like, I got a live recording getting ready to happen with my music. You know what I'm saying? March 12th. If you are in the North Carolina area, come check me out.
Okay.
Also, some other stuff. Got some merch getting ready to drop soon. So, trying not to say too much.
Nah. Yeah. Gotta build the hype, bro. You gonna have it for crowderpower?
Yeah, we'll have it at crowderpower for sure. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, for the people who don't know you, how did you get into skating? How long have you been skating too? So,
dang man, doggone, where to even start? So I just turned 36 this past Friday. So like I kind of grew up in the 90s for the most part, and the 90s skating was everywhere. Like rollerblading was everywhere. But
and where were you living?
I was living in Tallahassee. I was born in Tallahassee, Florida. Okay. And my mom, first off, in Tallahassee, bro, it's like back then it was this small town where people just came to go to school. You went to FAMU or you went to FSU or TCC, and there was nothing else to do but go to the skating rink. So my mom would take me to the skating rink like every Friday, like 7 to 11 session. And I would just skate all night, and that was like my thing. That was our thing that we did. And then eventually, when I got into like elementary school, like second grade, I started hanging around like all these roller hockey players, like, and these guys were like these guys were like the superstars of my school. Like they would wear their like hockey pants to class and stuff, and like they were so cool. And like I just really like dig that. So you know, I tried some rollerblades on because I was roller skating at the time, and I immediately like just fell in love with the freedom of how you could just move and turn, and like so that ended up being my thing. We didn't have a skate park. So,
what year was that? Give or take.
God,
I know you don't want to think that far back, but you know.
I'll be like,
yo, I tell people I started back in like 2000, 99.
Yes, yeah.
Shima 1.
A little bit earlier.
Shima Sirens.
So for me, that might have been like 90, maybe like 95, because I remember.
For aggressive?
Well, Yeah,
Whoa.
because my brother. So my brother.
I was blading, but I wasn't doing no aggressive stuff.
I wasn't like, of course, I wasn't like doing crazy tricks, but like I was jumping off and stuff like little 180s off the thing, like in the skating rink. Like I jump out the ring, jump onto the thing, and jump back into the ring 180. Stuff like that. But we didn't have a skate park.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I want to say like maybe 95, 96. It's kind of like, and I remember my mom. We went to Play It Again Sports.
Wow.
That was the only place you could get skate. Play It Again Sports.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So we went to Play It Again Sports, and she grabbed me a pair of Royces, like some rec skates, Royces, and I just took the middle wheels out, and I skated like that. Like that's how I did.
See, a lot of people don't know about that, man. The middle wheels and taking your brake off. They don't know about that era, man.
Off, man. Yeah, man. Take the brake.
Skating on some ABEC 1 bearings. Anyone who understands what it's like, especially my New York guys, if you know what it's like to skate freestyle with no brake on ABEC 1 bearings and be rolling around the city, you're an OG.
Yeah, man. That's kind of how I got like into it, man. I had this dude, these two dudes named, it's a guy named Adam and Daniel. Shout out to Adam and Daniel. Those are the homies. They really got me into skating. And Daniel had he was into BMX too, so he had like this ramp that they built. And so like I would go to his house and like just go back and forth. And then, also too back then, like skating was on TV, like X Games, ASA Pro Tour. So, just seeing all that all the time was like contagious, man. Yeah.
Now, did you stop skating at any point?
Yeah, I did. I stopped skating 2000. It had to be like 2003, 2004. Kind of like when skating kind of took a little drop, you know what I'm saying? Like all my friends either stopped or they started skateboarding. And so it just got to the point where it was like I didn't have anyone to skate with. I had moved to Orlando at the time, and Orlando didn't really have a skate scene at the time. Like Joey Chase was there, but like he was Joey Chase. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's early too.
Yeah, like he was Joey Chase. Like
I know about Orlando, bro. Like that Van skate park and the skating street is like non-existent because it's too hot.
Too hot.
You're just gonna melt your wheels.
So,
I skated down 192 before to go skate a rail, and they were now given like this was like the Volo wheels from like Aggressive Mall, and I skated from like John Young and 192 down to the Walmart, which is like 3.5 miles or something like that. I had no wheels, but I had to walk home. This is in the middle of the summer. Volo stock wheels, anti-rocker, like they did not make it, and I had to walk home because my wheels were shot. First session, that was it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
You know that Florida heat, bro, and I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 6'3", like that's a lot of weight coming down on some wheels, even though I was thinner. Like,
bro,
it's a lot of weight.
That's why Frankie skates so good, bro. He's like it's like skating in the hyperbolic time chamber, bro.
Frankie is like a Saiyan.
Yeah, he's a Saiyan. He's a Saiyan.
Everything just makes him better.
He's a Saiyan, man. Big shout out to Frankie.
Yeah, word. Frankie Morales. Go give him a follow. God's friend. If you don't know, you should.
Definitely.
Like, do your homework. If you're watching this live stream right now and you don't know who Frankie Morales is, please do your homework.
Yeah, do your
like just look it up.
But
there's no excuse.
But anyway, like to get back to what you were saying, like what was funny. I can tell the story now. Like, we all grown. Like, like I think I had like just lost my job or something like that, and I needed some weed. So I looked at my skates. And I was like, I don't use these no more. I took them back to a Play It Again Sports. They gave me like $100 for them or something like that. Blew it on some bud and some food. Like, so stupid. Like, I look back on that now like, oh my God.
This shit happens, bro. Like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll tell you, Florida, I can understand, bro. I understand. Trust me.
Yeah.
So what brought you back into skating? Like, was it the COVID stuff? I feel like during COVID, everyone started skating again. But like before that, people were coming back.
What actually brought me back into it, man, was when I moved up here. When I moved to North Carolina, when I moved to Durham, man, it was just like coming from Orlando, where there's something to do always, like always. like, and then moving to Durham, North Carolina at the time, especially like 11 years ago, it's not what it is now. Like Durham is like almost got a little city vibe now to it. But when I moved to like barren, like it was so boring, and I was starting to get fat. I was like, yo, I'm getting fat. Like I need something to do. And at the time I had moved, I was living with Mom Dukes, and she was like, yo, there's a skate park like right outside my job. It's like, what? Skate park? Really? So I went back to the old faithful remedy. I found a Play It Again Sports. And I played sports, and they had a freaking pair of Colt 2s in there, bro, in my size. Like fresh Colt 2s. I'm like, oh yeah. So I grabbed those. I go to Durham Skate Park. I skate around like the thing one time just to kind of see if I still got it. And as soon as I'm done, like I go over to the grass and just start puking because I'm so out of shape. I was so out of shape, and it was so hot. Like,
oh, we lost your audio.
Yeah. My bad, y'all. But anybody that knows about like North Carolina heat, it is like the most humid heat you ever.
Yeah,
bro.
And the pollen, bro. Like I grew up skating in New York. Like we had cold, like blistering cold weather and snow, but nothing sucks when you can't more than skating on the floor and you can't skate because it's covered in green pollen.
Yeah. We would go to
like I understand why skateboarders hate us with the wax. Like it's like waxing the floors. It's crazy.
We would go to Marsh sometimes, bro, and you would go to Marsh, and Marsh would just be yellow.
Yeah.
Like, it just
I pulled a muscle at Marsh because of that. Yeah. I went to push off by the stairs, and my foot just slipped out a little bit too far, and I was done for like a month. And then I tried to skate with Lennon, and it just didn't work out. I pulled it again, and it was over. It was like 2-3 months. I couldn't really skate.
Well, stuff at this age ain't fun, bro. It's not fun.
Nah, bro. Like, yeah. Shout out to anyone older than us doing this, like, for real, because it's a very taxing thing. I know a lot of guys make it look easy, and I know a lot of people just assume because it's attached to our feet, it's easier, but it's not.
It's not.
Everything has its own discipline, skateboarding, BMX, everything. There's always things that make things harder and make things easier, but, like, blading is extremely taxing on your whole body, and it's really, like, a mental battle for the most part because you're attached to it.
A lot of people don't.
Because it's like you're battling with yourself.
A lot of people don't know this, man, but like I think besides swimming and one other sport, rollerblading is the only sport where you're using every muscle in your body when you're doing it. Every muscle in your body is being worked when you rollerblade, which is why
bro, there's sessions I come home and I'm confused why my arms hurt.
Yeah. Like it's like, yo, I've been on my legs the whole time. I actually just started working out this year, and I haven't really been doing any leg work, but I've been doing a lot of like arm work and stuff like that.
Bro, you throwing 720s, bro. That's leg
that is already helps my skating in itself. Like it's kind of crazy. Like,
bro, that 7 looks a little natural to me.
Man,
whatever. Anyone who wants to see Chris do a 900 by before crowderpower, please put that in the comments because he's got it. I was sitting there with him. He's got it, and I want to see it happen. So if you want to see Chris Crowder do a 900 before or at crowderpower, please put this in the comments and make him do it.
If y'all put it
has to happen.
Oh, my boy Rask. Yo, big shout out to Rask.
And real talk, fuck the comments. I'm telling you, you got to do 900 by crowder
big
power.
Shout out to Rascal Sounds. We got Montgomery Monsters in the building, y'all. Big shout out to David.
Yeah, David X too.
Yeah,
I saw Hyper Mike in the chat. Quick Sloth.
Hey, we skating, David. Sorry, y'all. We get a little distracted. We skating later, bro. But anyway, back to the topic.
Yeah. Chris trying to run away from the 900.
I couldn't find any skaters. And so YouTube age, I go on YouTube and I type in rollerbladers at Durham Skate Park. And this edit comes up and it's Oak City. I'm like, wait, there's a skate shop here? Like I've never, ever lived anywhere where there's an aggressive skate shop. So I call the skate shop up and I meet, the famous Long. Big shout out to Long. Big shout out to Oak City Skate Shop, one of the best skate shops in the world. And
hell yeah, shout out Long.
Yeah, like big shout out to Long. And he just put me in connection with this amazing community that we have here in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. And I've been back addicted to it ever since. Anybody that knows me knows I skate like almost every day. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Ever since you did that 30-day challenge, that you did 30 days straight, I feel like you've been consistent with it. I mean, there's days, everyone's got days that you got to take off, especially you're a parent, you got work and everything.
or,
But like, you've been 100% consistent on like being at sessions, bro. Like, my hat comes off to you because like I want to, but like I can't commit to shit. It's hard. It's hard, bro. Like,
bro.
I got 3 kids. Like I can't do it. I try. I try. That's why I'm always skating by myself. My son's my camera guy. He follows me around. It's just me and him, like Robin Big, bro.
Oh, he's so cool, man. Big shout out to Little. He's cool.
Yeah. Shout out Sai. He'll be back on the skate soon. He hurt his toe. That's why he's been wanting to skate. He like hurt his toe.
Oh, okay.
He'll be back.
Yeah, man.
So, speaking of Marsh, sorry. What inspired crowderpower? Like, what made you say, hey, I want to have a competition? That's a big responsibility. And you did it right, 100%. That was when I've been to IMYTAs, bro, like, and crowderpower was popping. So I've been to comps that I've left early to.
Appreciate it.
Like, I've been to a few comps I left early. But big shout out because it was so much fun, like, from the get-go. Like, it was just the vibe. Like, I saw you were around doing your thing. Chris Edwards on the mic, which was dope. But like, great turnout. So what inspired that? What got that started?
Basically, I had been thinking about it for a while. I was just like, like, it'd be dope to throw a comp. And like I said, I grew up during the competition era where it was just on TV all the time, like ASA Pro Tour. Like, I would tape those things. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, but I kind of fell back on it. And then I went to Bashi. I went to Bashi Po. That was 2021. Went to Bashi Po, which is, from what I hear, is like the best one ever that's ever happened. Like, it was crazy, but it was so
that year.
Big shout out to Bashi Po. And I was like, yo, I have to bring this to my crew. Like, I gotta bring this to my crew. And big shout out to Raleigh rollerblading. Like, a lot of my boys, working, got kids, got responsibilities, so they don't necessarily have the time to be able to like just take off and go on a blade trip like that. I'm a full-time musician. My schedule is a little bit more flexible, you know what I mean? So I can do stuff like that. And I looked at my friend Adam, big shout out to Adam. That's my boy.
Yeah, shout out Adam.
He came with me, and I looked at him, I was like, yo, like, we're doing it. And so we started kind of brainstorming on names. And at first we were gonna call it the Darkwing Duck like showdown or something like that.
Nah, bro, the name what you came up with?
Yeah, Darkwing Duck or something like that. And then like Adam looked at me. Adam was like, "Yo, like," he's like, "Rocket Power." He was like, "Crowder Power." I was like, "That's it."
Sold.
Yeah.
Yo, it's the tagline. If it was Darkwing Duck, then it'd be "Let's get dancing."
Yeah. So it was. So, that was it. I came back from Bashi and immediately started playing.
Nice. So what was your initial like reaction to the turnout? Like when you got, I mean, I saw based on, I was there, so I saw how you reacted to stuff, but what were you feeling when you saw as many people showed up before the comp even started?
Bro, when I pulled up at I think I pulled up at 8:30. And the fact that people were there before me for my own comp, was insane.
Yeah, you had a smile on your face the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're usually smiling, but you
gotta start off. But
yeah,
it really showed me how amazing our community is and how unique our community is. I've been in a lot of circles and a lot of different things. I've been on the world. I'm not saying this to toot my own horn or anything like that, but the rollerblading community is probably the most supportive community I've ever been a part of. And they're supportive without expecting anything in return. They're just supportive. It's the one community I know I could just go anywhere in the world, not have anywhere to live, and just post up on Facebook, hey, I'm in China, I'm a rollerblader, and I need a place to crash. And I know someone's going to look out. Like, it's insane.
True.
So just seeing how many people were there, and then, of course, once the comp started, and just see not just how many people were there, but how many pros, like Chris Farmer, Chris Evans, you know, on my J-Bod's there. Not only is J-Bod there, but he actually competes. And anybody that knows.
Yeah, they were ripping it too. Like, that dude makes alley-oop fish brains and alley-oop topsoils look like a basic trick. I don't understand that.
Anybody that knows my boy Jay, you know, when he comes to the comps, you know, he ain't coming to compete. He really coming to just kind of chill, you know. Big shout out.
Like having permanent hype men, bro.
You know,
that just rip it.
He competed. It was just like, you know, Montre, you know, big shout out to Montre, like,
word.
Just keeping the energy going like he always.
Even the kids comp, bro. That was a big, like, I've seen kids competitions that did not run the same way you had it. I feel like it was exactly the same as the adult competition with kids.
Bro,
the same level of thrill, the same level of appreciation, the same level, the time you gave each skater and everything. I feel like it was just run properly. You know, like I've seen them have kids skate competitions like, okay, 360 off the curb. Like, no, Sophia was throwing like mock heels on the high ledge. Malachi was killing it. Like, you had that kid that was 360ing the stairs. Like, these are hammers for these kids, man. Like, if you were their size, it would be a hammer.
That ledge on Sophia is like darn near shoulder high.
Yeah, and she ate it on that, bro. And I remember seeing her fall, and as a parent, it was like, oh my god, because you know, Cy had a migraine and was throwing up behind crowderpower sign, and he still competed.
Yeah, still did.
But like, seeing Sophia eat it and get back up, like, this girl's a machine.
Bro.
Like, she's gonna be a beast.
She's gonna be a beast.
Shout out Sophia and her family, man.
Shout out
like,
Sophia,
because
you know,
that's support. Like, you can't continue. I know a lot of us wish we had that support when we were younger, but dude, that's good to see that. And there's other kids ripping.
Yeah.
Malachi too. Shout out Malachi.
Bro, let me tell you something.
That kid's ripping street. That kid's ripping street.
Y'all better watch out for my boy Malachi, boy. Watch.
Okay, on that topic, so this year, right? You see my little guy peeking in over
here. I see.
On the topic of this year, like, what are your expectations? Like, what are you expecting to see? What's going to be different? If there's anything different, like, what do we have to expect coming into?
I can let y'all in on a little secret.
All right.
China's competing with the men.
Yeah. You heard that first year. China is competing in the men's competition. Shout out China. If you don't know, you should.
She is.
Like, look that up.
Man. So that's something that I'm implementing this year. Every bladie that wins first place is they automatically get a chance to compete in the final with the men if they choose to. I feel like it's a way.
I think you should do.
I feel like it's a way to push the sport, to push the ladies. Like I said, once again, I grew up watching X Games, and Fabiola got to a point where they had to make her compete with the men, and then she was still winning. Like, to me, if you win third place against the Yasutoko brothers, that's first place, because you're not going to beat the Yasutoko.
Yeah.
And so
I just feel that it shouldn't be separated just like not to get political on this, but like, if you're skating at a certain level, you're skating at a certain level. I don't care if you're male, female, whatever gender, whatever you want to identify as. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're skating at a certain level and you're skating at a pro level, you deserve to go at it at a pro level. And it's not to discredit the people that you're competing against. It's just, you earned your stripes. China's been killing it since the MySpace days. Like,
I check people immediately when they say so. Like, and there's nothing wrong with saying this, but like, people are like, yo, like, China's like one of the best female skaters I've ever seen. I'm like, no, she's one of the best skaters.
Yeah.
Why do you,
doesn't matter if she's a female.
She's one of the best skaters. Like, so yeah, so that's something we're doing this year. I'm
excited about that, man.
We got some other things. We're gonna have some band. We're gonna have some live music. We had some live music out there last year. We're gonna have a couple of.
You were playing the drums last time, right? You played a set
out there, you know. So it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be cool. Just vibes, man. Like, that's what I'm so big on with the comp. It's really not about the comp. It's more so about the vibe and just everybody coming together and having a good time.
I'm pumped for that, bro. Like, I'm excited. I'm gonna be there. So I was planning on competing, just but I kind of just want to sit back and have fun this year. Like last time I was running my table, and I missed a few things and a lot of running back, watching the merch and shit. So this year I'm pretty excited to just be like a spectator, maybe like do some interviews with people, talk to the homies, catch up. I know some people are coming down that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm looking forward to that.
We got a lot of people from New York coming this year, man.
Yeah, man. And I haven't seen a lot of those guys in a long time. I'm like a ghost.
Ghetto community will be down
Yeah.
here. And,
shout out ghetto community.
Mind Your Grind be down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trying to get Quick's lost down here. Mind Your Grind. Get him down here, man. I know he's in the chat right now. He needs to come down here.
And of course, people from everywhere else. The Alabama boys will be up here. Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
Big shout out to Little Joy.
Yeah, that video premiere. Hey.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing that video too. Honestly, like I know some of the homies that contributed to that, and it looks fire. So I'm looking forward to that. I definitely want to see that.
The Montgomery Monsters video premiere will be happening, and then
all right.
50/50. 50/50. If y'all don't know, 50/50 is releasing a boot, and you will be able to see that boot for the first time.
Shout out Lawrence. Yeah. Shout out Lawrence for really putting in work for the industry, guys.
And that dude.
Shout out to anybody who's really putting any kind of work into the industry, because it doesn't matter what you're doing, you contribute. Like, we can't have a community if no one's doing anything.
Okay, man, you gotta put in.
Let's talk more action. So shout out to everyone doing their thing.
Faith without works is dead, man. That's the Bible.
Yeah, you can't survive off of soul grinds. Like,
at least
you gotta keep pushing, bro. So, that being said, what was your favorite moment from crowderpower? Because I have a personal experience that if it wasn't for crowderpower, I probably wouldn't have had that experience. And I'll share that too. And that was, I was standing during warm-ups, and it was when Chris Edwards was skating. So I was standing right in, how the 2 quarter pipes has the channel? All right, I was standing in the channel, all right? Because that's where my table was, where the crowderpower sign was. And Chris Edwards did a rocket air in front of me. And as a kid who grew up on Airborne and other movies that he's contributed in, and I swear to God, I thought I was going to hear those wheels do the screeching sound in the movie.
Exactly what.
And I saw that in slow motion, like, and it was just crazy, because it's like growing up seeing that's like seeing Superman come out of nowhere. Like, oh my God, it's Superman! Like, that was our idol. He started the sport, and whether or not he's skating at some of the level of some other skaters, like, he came before everybody, and he paved the way. And seeing that and having the chance to experience that with my son was pretty dope, because like I was probably younger than him when I saw Airborne. So it's like that was pretty dope, and I think the competition existing and how you ran it and having the people involved in it is what gave me that. I know a lot of people that had experiences like that. My son himself with Montre, like, dude,
I remember that.
Is like, if you want to talk about professional, talk to Montre. Like, dude carries himself as a true professional. That's his personality, and I respect that as a father. I respect that as an adult and as a person who participates in this. And we need more people like that.
Definitely.
Like, we all do our thing, but we need more people even like yourself, like that carry yourself a certain way and are a good face to represent the sport, because we're representing more than just us. Like, I think a lot of us forget that. It's not just us.
It's not just us, man. It really isn't. It really isn't, man. It's the whole community.
But what was your favorite moment? What was your favorite standout moment? There's a bunch of them, but that was definitely like.
That's like such a tough one. They're so. Okay, so I can give you a couple. So starting with Chris Edwards. So Chris Edwards stayed with me. That was so dope. Like,
okay,
that might have been one of my favorite parts of the whole crowderpower weekend. Let's say the weekend was like just having like this one-on-one time with this guy that started the sport that I love, and then like you said, this guy grew up watching him on Airborne, watching him in the X Games, like watching him do stunts in other movies and stuff like that. Just like insane, you know. I have to say too, probably Montre, like
That gap,
bro, he's Montre, bro, and he's gonna get you.
Bro, I felt the air pass me when he did that air, bro. That shit was huge.
Like when and just like everybody crowding around to like watch this thing.
Yeah.
And then like,
bro, hey, you know what gets me though? The fact, and if I can do it when later on, I'll add the clip to it. The fact that I don't even think it was that hard for him. I think he knew he had it.
Bro, do you think rollerblading is hard for Montre? It's not.
Hell no, man. Like he missed flips flat ground. Like that's not normal.
It's not hard for that man. No, that wasn't hard for him.
Shout out Montre, bro, for being awesome. Like, dude's been in the game for so long, and like he still has that same fun mentality towards. I hate seeing clips of people looking bored.
It was so dope. I don't know if you caught at the end. So like at the end, he lands it and he's coming fast at this little girl and her mom, and so they're like freaking out. They don't realize that Montre stop on a dime. Stops, daps the little girl, and I'm sitting there like, this little girl has no idea like that. Like Michael Jordan, basically, just like
like you just did some craziness, stop and and dap, just giggle and dap. Bro, like.
Also, man, big shout out to Rascal Sounds, the DJ that DJ. Man, just me and him vibing out, man, on the drums and the DJ booth, man. Like, you know, I love.
Yeah, the whole vibe was dope, bro. I'm telling you, you did your thing. I'm looking forward to this year.
That was vibing. Yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
So. What do you have any future plans? Like past crowderpower? Are you gonna do any kind of branding with Crowder or getting involved in anything?
So I can tell you this: we're big shout out to my boy Brad, Anthony. We're talking. We got some things in the work about brand coming out. We're not sure it's going to necessarily be a rollerblade brand. It will obviously have rollerblading in it, but I think it'll be more so of just like a lifestyle brand. And
I think that needs to exist.
You know,
like,
I feel like there's a community in rollerblading that doesn't really get a lot of stuff. And I'll just go out and say it, more so the urban hood skate.
Yeah. I mean, in our days, it was the opposite.
Made for us, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, and I like all the other stuff, but like, yo, like when I skate, I want to be able to wear and skating stuff that's going to represent my style, my culture, who I am. So I want to make sure that that's being represented, and I feel like that's kind of a hole that's in our community. Like, you know, like Gods and ghetto community can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know, Blader Gang ain't, you know, like that Blader Gang was the ish, but you know, E-Rod's doing his own thing now. Big shout out to E-Rod. You know?
Everything runs in cycles, man. Like it was like Be Unique turned into other, like kind of inspired other brands, which inspired more, which inspired. It's a cycle, and I think that there needs to be more variety. Yeah. There needs to be like not everyone like I love Mesmer, and I love their branding because like I also am a graffiti artist, so like that attracts me. But I'm also not a grunge rocker. Like I don't fit into that style, but I like to support the brand. But sometimes it's like, oh, it's a little hard if everything kind of leans towards one thing.
Exactly.
You know, so I understand that diversity is very important. And yeah, like you want to skate with stuff that you're proud to wear. You don't want to just wear something because it's something.
If I feel like I look whack, bro, I can't skate good.
It affects your skating.
Like if I feel like I look whack, if I feel like my swag ain't on point, it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah. Dude, I hate if my pants cover my cup. I will have like a panic attack. If I land the trick and look at my feet and see my jeans where my laces are at, I'll be like, oh, it didn't count. I'm serious. I've been like that. And, you know, if anyone knows me, like if I don't land fakie on a trick, it doesn't matter what trick it is. I didn't land fakie and it doesn't call for landing forwards. It did not count for me.
I feel you on that. I only like, I think I only like to land forward. Like if I'm coming out, like if I'm setting up to do another trick on another obstacle immediately.
Yeah. Maybe. Or if you, certain tricks, like if you're already like alley-oop or something, like a rewind, revert out to forward, like that completes the trick. But like a backfire, royale, like you got.
It's like, come on, bro, throw that 180, turn that shoulder.
That's like dribbling a ball to us. Like, I know some people, if you're learning, you're learning. I don't want to shit on anyone that's learning, but like that's how we grew up. Yo, shout out the person who just joined the chat, GST Kane, my homie Val. He can vouch for everything I just said, and this dude rips it. This kid rips it. Shout out Val.
Shout out Val.
But homie, if we were skating all together and we didn't come out fakey, we got called out for that.
Yeah.
We got called out.
You know,
for
things. Okay, so like, you know, things are different now. I won't say it's necessarily for the better, and I won't say it's necessarily for the worse. I think everything has its good and its bad. You know what I'm saying? I think we as a community are a lot more approachable now, which is good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, we weren't approachable, bro. We're a bunch of, you know, like, rollerbladers, man.
We were waiting to hear Fruit Brooder come out your mouth.
Yeah,
so we could not see
we weren't.
That's what we were waiting for.
But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, there's certain things that, like, you know, we let slide because we're, like, trying to be nice. Like, hey, like, everybody have fun. I feel like if you feel out everybody's vibe, then you won't really run into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you could tell the person that's out there skating that's like, yo, they are really trying to get better at what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Versus
but push your friends.
Yeah.
Push your friends. I feel like people are afraid of, like, look, everyone talks about Brink and how goody two shoes that movie was and Disney and outdated. Yo, the first thing he says, Gabriella, watch that back leg when she royales that rail. So guess what? He was pushing his friends.
Bro,
like,
I swear.
There's it's like, it's part of it.
I promise.
Don't get offended by that.
Like, I would do my PTs, bro, like my porn stars, and
it's like the hardest trick to do correct.
My back foot would like not just be correct, and it wasn't until like Dylan, my homeboy Dylan Hot, big shout out Dylan Hot. If you don't know who that is, do your research. Big shout out Dylan, and he called me out one day. He was just like, "Yo, bro, like you need to get that back foot right." And ever since then, now when I do my porn star, like that's in my mind, like, yo, let me make sure I'm locking this right. And if I see it on video that I didn't do it right, I go and do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, Grant Hazelton said that and shout out Grant Hazelton, he told me if your foot doesn't slide off the end of the obstacle, you didn't finish it.
That's a great way. You know who does?
And he told me that on trials and back royales and stuff, and shout out Matt Bigelow too, who also said the same thing. And it's like, I get it. You're right. You didn't finish the obstacle end to end. Like, it looks so much. You know, some obstacles, yeah, I get it. But like some things, it's like, yeah, clear the whole thing, man. Grind the whole thing. We have the ability. We always talk about skateboarders tip tapping. So instead of you tip tapping, let's go. Let's grind the whole thing.
Get it. Get it. Yeah.
You know, like, it is what it is. And I respect like people's like how they think about tricks like that. I think that's awesome. Everyone has different ways of thinking of stuff. And I think that's one of the things that's great about having a community to skate with, because like everyone feeds off of each other, especially if they're experienced. Like, you know, some of us, you can't do the same tricks we used to, but like we still have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So like don't overlook that. Like just because some people aren't doing true fish brains don't mean they haven't done them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I love the community. I love when people like look out for each other, but I also love people pushing each other. You skated with me, so you know how I get, bro. I'm like, nah, you got to do this, like Mach-heel switch ups. This is like we're doing everything together systematically.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna try to keep it too long, but if anyone has any questions, shoot a question. But definitely like any shout outs, anything you want to talk about before we wrap up. I know involved in a lot of things. I'm not gonna shout everything out. Give you the floor for that, but you do have a lot going on with what's behind you and guides, and I know you have involvement with 50/50 and Lawrence, which is awesome because I think
those were definitely
putting shit out there.
Those were definitely the two people I was getting ready to shout out. Big shout out to the homie Frankie. Like, it's like when you grow up watching somebody, like almost to the point where this dude is like a father figure to you, and then you meet him and y'all become friends, is like the most crazy experience of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, big shout out to Frankie for just being so cool and down to earth. I can't tell everything what's going on with guys, but I am.
No, yeah. Just whatever you want to talk about.
I'm doing some things with them. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I would like to be sponsored. So Frankie, if you're watching this, get at your boy.
Frankie, sponsor Chris. Sponsor Chris, Frankie.
We got some things in the work. You know, trying to get guys more exposure and stuff like that, and just trying to be more on the creative side of the company and everything. Because there's just some things I would like to see happen with guys. Because I love the company. Really do. I really love the skate. I love what they represent. Big shout out to 50/50. Big shout out to Lawrence. You know, the vibe with me and Lawrence is just, you know, he's just super cool. I think a lot of people don't realize like how really cool and down to earth he really is, because he's kind of like always in work mode, because the dude's just, he's a busy dude, man. He's got so much going on. But you know, I go over there and I help out at the warehouse, and you know, and shout him out and just, you know, support the company. I think a lot of people think that like getting involved with a rollerblade company always means like I have to be a really, really good skater. And it's really not necessarily about that, especially now in this day and age in the social media area. It's more so about your vibe and your personality and what can you bring to the table. I know people that are doing more in skating than actual pro skaters, right? As far as like, I mean, when you look at people like Air Manatee, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not necessarily a pro skater, but look at the reach that he has.
He's putting skating in people's phones, man. Like, people are watching it. I had someone send me an Air Manatee video that doesn't even rollerblade.
Exactly.
And an Air Dolphin video. Like, shout out both of them. Like, whether you agree with what they're doing or like, it's what's the difference between like how skateboarders have done it their entire career. Like, no one questions Jackass.
And the crazy thing is, he can actually skate really well.
Yeah.
Like,
yo,
homie can skate.
Dolphin kills it.
Yeah, bro, they both can skate. But it's
dude casually does these tricks in a flame shirt and Jinkos. It's hard to do some of these tricks regularly. You have an entire outfit on and a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo in your pocket, and your top's holding a rail. Nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. That's too much extra weight. Like, I'm good.
You know, and then shout out to you, bro. Like, you know, like anybody that doesn't know E, man, like. Get at him, man. Like, he is very supportive. Anything that you need, like anything. Like, I hit this dude up one day and I was like, yo, I want my box spray painted. I want Dragon Ball Z. Came over, did it. I mean, I had to bug the crap out of him. You don't have to bug him.
It got done though.
But
it got done for crowderpower, and it got done though. I got the wall done in like 20 minutes.
So you know, get at him, get at his new merch that he just put out, man. He's got some shirts. I'm definitely finna cop me one.
Appreciate that.
And yeah, man, that's about it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a good time, man. This was fun. I know you're about to go skate too, right?
Darn right.
Of course. Indeed, like you going skating. Like,
hey, man, you gotta skate.
I would go, man, but I got my youngest son right now. I got to pick up my kids from school and my wife in a little bit and everything.
Hey, I'm on daddy duty.
You know how it is. Like, if I can get a 10-minute session at that horrible ledge, I can do it. Because that ledge is horrendous.
You make it look so like, fun, though, bro. And what's funny is I know how.
It's because it's the only fun I can have.
I know how bad the ledge is, and I'm like, how is he making this ledge look so good?
Dude, growing up in Brooklyn, that's what happened. Like, just dealing with spots that like you just it's all you got. Like, it's fucking skated. Like, it's whatever. Then when you go to, because my theory is like the ledge is so bad that when I go to Marsh, it's like a playground. Or if I go to a good spot, it's like, oh, this is easy because I don't have to worry about the stupid beveled crack and the shit on the floor and the poles. Those poles are death, bro. I've killed my shoulders I don't know how many times. But just make it happen. Everybody just go out and skate. Like, as a closing message, like, stop making excuses and go out and skate. Like, go skate.
Bro. It's not like,
don't worry about the camera. Don't worry about the clips. Don't worry about what you're posting. Don't worry about who's going to be there. If you want to go skate, go skate. Go do your tricks for you. Like, go get better. Like, real talk. That's all I got to say about as far as closing statements. Go skate.
One more thing I want to say that I forgot to say. Hey, man. I'm not saying this just because it's Black History Month, but Yo, support black and brown skaters, man. Like, seriously. Me personally feel like they just don't get the support. I look at a lot of skate teams, and some skate teams don't even have black skaters on them. Or if they do have a black skater on them, it's like one. Make sure we sponsoring black and brown skaters, man. There's a style. There's something about diversity that makes our sport so dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that you can go and skate and there's so many different styles and so many different cultures. So,
dude, we were mimicking Richard and Murda and Bashi and Dre Powell and all these dudes for a reason.
Yep.
There's a reason why we grew up doing that, and like I feel like not even a lot of people know about that. And I think, like the people who repost videos and shit, like everyone should know who Murda is. Everyone should know who Dre Powell is. Everyone should know who Bashi is. There's no reason why these guys need to do some of the things. Ramel Knight, shout out Ramel, bro. Like, because I feel like I grew up skating. Ramel's older than me, and he was always a big homie and stuff. But like, like the fact that he gets hated on the way he does, and I don't care what anyone has to say. The fact that he gets hated on and doesn't get the shine that he deserves, and like he's put in the work that he did in the history. Like, do your homework. Like, learn who you're talking about. Learn about the people you're talking about.
Daniel Henderson. A lot of people don't know about him. Savage, bro.
Nicky Adams, like,
you know,
Ron Hunter. Like these are dudes that I know any older dude in here that's been around knows who we're talking about.
Support black and brown skaters, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, bro. Well, it was great talking to you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. So hopefully we can do more live episodes and shit. Maybe have you back on, talk some shit.
Indeed.
But yeah, man.
See y'all at Crowder. Make sure y'all are at Crowderpower this year, man. March. No, not March.
Yeah, if you don't already follow at Chris Crowder 39, right? 39, and at Crowderpower Inline Comp. Like, it's definitely the dopest competition of the year. I don't care what anyone has to say about that. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Oh, man, appreciate the love. Indeed.
All right, Chris. All love, bro. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace, man.